incredible too. So what we'll be covering today, we'll be looking at spreadsheets and how it can become cumbersome. I've once spoken with a prospect who says they have up to 30 different pages and sheets where they process payroll. And payroll is supposed to be as simple and as seamless as it can get. So we'll be looking at that, the benefits of payroll automation. And one benefit that comes to mind immediately is less time spent on payroll. Also, we'll be talking about how to maintain control. Yes, it's the tech era, but how do you maintain control over the things you want? So Celario has solutions and different things that help you maintain that control. And then we do a mini walkthrough of what the payroll automation is about. Then we do a case study about the walkthrough, and everyone can answer that quick Q&A. So stay put, listen as our speaker comes up. And like I mentioned, at the end of the webinar, there's a toolbox and resources for HR professionals and people who deal with payroll in general. That will be of very good benefit to you to move forward in your HR and payroll endeavors. Without further ado, let's welcome our speaker for today, Mr. Michel Ari. Over to you, Michel.
All right. Thank you very much, Victoria. And also, it's a great pleasure to welcome everyone to this webinar because this webinar is indeed very, very important. As professionals, be it HR managers, payroll analysts, could be business owners. Managing payroll is something that every business, as long as a business is in existence, must actually do because you need people. You have to, for you to be able to run an organization, you need to actually hire people. And also, one of the most important things is actually looking at to how you manage people and also manage payments and salaries, deduction and all to employees within the organization. Yeah. So first of all, we're going to be looking at the spreadsheet trap. So looking at the screen, you could see a laptop and a spreadsheet within a particular cage, and this is just going to give us like a mindset of a possible spreadsheet trap. So, and this spreadsheet trap refers to some of the hidden risks and limitations many businesses face by heavily relying on Excel sheets and or even Google Sheets as well, because this can also create operational overheads when you are juggling multiple sheets and you don't have everything in one place. So picture this: you it's end of the month and you need to prepare payroll and you have to juggle multiple sheets, memorizing different formulas, and with this you're able to compute employee allowances, and now you have to also transfer that entire sheet to probably an internet banking platform, which you have to now ensure that your records of your employees are available on that sheet. You have to also upload. So all these different processes happening can lead to errors. And those are some of the traps that most finance managers, HR managers, and also business owners also face. So for business owners, it's a bit much more taxing because as a small business, you start your organization and your employees gradually grow. So as your employee grow, you realize that it's no longer easy for you to be able to keep up with managing payroll as well, focusing on growing your business, which is the most important thing for business owners, right? At some point, most business owners will employ a HR manager or probably a payroll analyst or an accountant to help with this. But as well, the more the team grows, the more daunting these tasks can be, and they can easily lead to a trap. And this trap means that you, as a finance manager or a HR manager, will no longer spend more time on productive things. So in this modern era, this is 2025. We are in the year or an era of automation. We have many automated systems around the world. It's very, very important that we look at for platforms that will enable us to automate payroll processes even beyond what we currently use. Most of us, I know, might be using other platforms, but we're looking out for platform that can make things a bit more easier than Excel or spreadsheet. Yeah. So moving on, like I mentioned before, manual processes typically lead to errors. You know, when you do things manually and you can't keep track of different versions or copies of changes you have made over time, and Excel is very, very notorious for that because it doesn't have an audit trail. You can't see a copy of changes you made few months ago to even do a match. You have to always be copy and pasting or probably duplicating Excel sheet just for you to be able to keep track of these changes. So all these are some of the issues that is plaguing the process of handling payroll with spreadsheet and also data security. There is no proper role-based control over spreadsheet. You might probably keep your laptop and someone have access to the laptop and your files are gone, or probably you have a data breach or your laptop crashes. And because that information is probably not stored on the cloud, you might lose the entire data. And also lack of scalability. So it's always easy at the initial stage when you have maybe one or two or three employees, but as your team scales, you realize that it doesn't become any more efficient to be able to manage payroll with spreadsheet. Also, you also look at hidden cost. So cost, most times hidden costs are not directly tied to money, right? So it's always tied to time and also compliance and employee trust. So what is time? So time basically means the time you spend handling payroll will have been something that will have been same time you have spent doing other things that are much more beneficial to your business and growing your business, especially for founders as well. So compliance. So it's always very, very good to comply with local laws wherever your business operates. Ensure that tax are being filed properly, computation are being done exactly as is expected. Because if these computations are not done accurately or there is an issue, you realize that employee trust will be affected heavily. So most of us here work in an organization that if it is weekend, it's going to be difficult to process payroll because you probably have to walk into a bank to share a payroll schedule with the banking officer, and they will help. They will now enable you to be able to. They will now handle the payroll manually for you within the bank. So imagine it is Friday and you go to a bank and the entire banking officers there are on TIGF mode. Most times they roll over your payroll schedule till Monday, which means that if your payday falls within a that weekend, it's going to be very, very difficult, and this will also impact employee trust. Employees are always very, very serious with their salaries, so they don't joke with it. So a missed salary at the expected date or time is a very, 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 very big issue for employees. So it's something that as we are either be it a payroll analyst, a HR manager, or be it a founder, it's something that you have to also ensure that you take very, very seriously. So most of us don't know when we have outgrown spreadsheet. I know typically there is a growth stage in every business, even in life, right? So when you begin to see some signs, this is a telltale sign that you have truly outgrown spreadsheet. So when you look at spending more than 5 hours a month on payroll, and also maybe every time you pay salaries, you generate payroll, you handle payroll within the month, you realize that errors keep on reoccurring. Either you get the calculation wrong, or someone gets the wrong amount they're supposed to get, or you don't pay, or people get missing out of the schedule that is supposed to go to the bank. So those are telltale signs that truly you need an automated system that can consolidate employee record management, computation of employee allowances, deductions, and also the actual payout and disbursement of employee salaries under one platform, right? So also when you look at difficulty onboarding new employees, every time a new employee joins the organization, you have to probably capture that record, spend administrative time capturing that information, probably to paper and now transferring it into the Excel sheet, right? This is time that have been spent doing much more productive things. And also when you look at when you so spend time with generating payslip manually, this is something that I've seen many HR managers struggle with. They spend productive hours over time will have invested in probably training the team, ensuring that the team, everything is going on in the organization. They spend such time managing payslip. But if you're using an automated system, you realize that this entire payslip generation will happen seamlessly. But you look at spreadsheets don't offer that. You have to manually look for other applications or platform that you can use to generate this pay slip for employees. And also, when you look at your entire process, like I've mentioned before, when you're juggling multiple sheets during when you're handling payroll, and also trying to upload this spreadsheet to internet banking and all, and you realize that most employees' records are missing there, and also when you can't keep up with regulatory compliance and readiness for audit, it's very very important. So it's always good that as professionals we look out for systems that can be able to help us handle all this. You know, I am so happy that everyone who have joined this call is really interested in stepping up their game. It's really a good and a positive sign. You know, so it's really something that is very commendable because as an employee, be it or even a business owner, it's always good to keep on learning and exploring new ways to be able to improve your current process, improve your current knowledge, and all. Because he who has information has power. Information is power, basically. So if you're not informed, you're misinformed. So it's very important. And I really want to encourage everyone to also keep tabs of what we're doing. We organize this webinar from time to time, you know, to enlighten people, to show you things within the payroll space that enable you to be even a better payroll analyst or a HR professional or even a business owner within your domain or your organization. So I really much commend everyone for joining and honoring this invitation to join. So at this point, Victoria mentioned that we're giving out a free resource. So we have two free resources here to give out to those who are part of this webinar because it's very important that leaving this webinar, you're meant to be much more informed, right, than you were when you join. So we have two resources here, which is the one is a smarter alternative to payroll spreadsheet that saves you hours every month. It's very important. So everyone will also get. So if you are able to scan this QR code, you can be able to get the download link to it. If you can't, I will also, at the end of this webinar, I would email everyone this particular resource as well to their emails. So do expect it if you can't be able to capture the QR code on the screen. While the other one are hidden strategies to help your employees earn more. This particular resource is very executive enough, and it would give you some very enlightening approaches in which you can deploy in your payroll activities within your organization. So moving on, so we're going to look at now what is payroll automation. So the word automation get thrown around in different ways, right? So I'm not saying that the current process of handling spreadsheet is not automated, but there are better approaches beyond it. Think about it. Spreadsheet has been invented and since the 90s, you know, and we are currently in 2025. We're in the age of artificial intelligence. Things have moved further than it used to be in the 90s when spreadsheet was invented, and it was seen as a very good tool for people to be able to automate some process. But things change, systems come out, new platforms emerge, new approaches to solving problem emerges. So what is very important for professionals like we are is to look at how can I do things better than it was before? How can I learn new tools that will even help me improve my approach to work within the organization? You know, so that's where payroll automation comes in. A much more better ways to use smart softwares and tools to manage payroll tasks with minimal manual input. What this means is that your salary get computed automatically, tax deduction get computed, pay slips get generated as well, and also you can also be able to handle benefit and reimbursement and also disburse salary from one single platform, right? Unlike the approach of using spreadsheet where you always have to be very efficient with formulas, right? And also be able to use the Excel sheet like a very good professional. With that, all these are gone. So think about the era of the manual vehicle, where you have manual gears, vehicles that have gear shifters. As you're moving, for you to be able to move from gear one to gear two, gear three, gear four, you have to always shift the gear knob. But eventually, automated system vehicles were deployed, and people have adopted it. Now you can kick off your vehicle and you can move from here to anywhere you want to go, without even touching the gear knob. You know, or just need to master is how to make controls and also step on the gas and manage your brakes as well. So it doesn't mean you're not gonna move from point A to point B. What it means is that it's a reduced load on the driver. And in this case now, what this software does for you is to be able to reduce the load in terms of handling these manual things and juggling multiple spreadsheets. So I believe that analogy is able to drive it home of what payroll automation is. Right. So what are the benefits of payroll automation? Improved accuracy, and this improved accuracy comes from a reduced manual error by up to 95%. Right. So the more you have manual processes in place, the more errors emanate. And also, one other thing as well that is also very, very important is efficiency. Right. So it's always good as a professional, you cut processing time as much as you can, because if you're not efficient in your work, you take more time doing things. And the moment one thing goes wrong and you're not able to recoup your time, it's very, very difficult and to impact the output of whatever you're doing. And also, one other thing as well that's very, very important as well is transparency. So keeping track of every action, whatever you do in the past, you can always go back to say, okay, oh, I changed um, 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 Mr. A's salary from this to this. I can always check back on the previous record. But with spreadsheet, just know that you have to keep on. So I don't know if anyone can hear me. If anyone can hear me, just
Yes, you're
type in the
back. We
chat
can hear you.
if you can hear me while I continue. Just want to know that everyone is hearing me. Okay, nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one. All right.
We can
So as
hear
we
you. You're
proceed,
back.
also compliance and satisfaction. Compliance in this way means being able to stay ahead of audits, being able to comply with the labor laws within Nigeria in particular, right? How taxes are computed, how pensions are computed, how making it possible for you to be able to generate pay slip for employees, because it's a proof that they have been paid. It's a proof that they have been paid, and they can use this pay slip for different things they want to do in their own personal life. So it's very, very important that we stay compliant by adopting payroll automation. Also, satisfaction, which is what I have mentioned before, that timely and instant payment to employee is very, very important, because with this you're able to boost employee confidence and morale. They're able to trust, because many employees work so hard and they look forward to their salaries for them to be able to solve problems. And we live in a very, very precarious society now, where the cost of things are going up. So the quicker people get their salary, the quicker they can be able to solve problems, and also dealing with emergencies as well within the month. So also, I know as professionals, thoughts might be going through your mind. What are the consequences of migrating or moving from a spreadsheet to an automated payroll system? I know it is a common fear, and we hear this from many customers every day. People say, will I lose control? Most founders are like, will they lose control? How will they get to have visibility um, in what their team is doing? Also, most people are also thinking about how will it be easy for them to be able to migrate their data. People also think about when it has to do with how would they be able to learn a new platform. We live in an era where user experience is very, very important. So migrating to an automated system, it's gonna be very, very, very seamless. And if for any reason you run into issues or you're very, very unclear about what to do, you can always reach out to the support channel, and probably from time to time, you can always have one-on-one onboarding call, where you get to be put through how the platform works. Then you can be able to come up to speed and have the required training for you to be able to automate the process. Also, people also look at can this software handle edge cases? Yes, it's built to handle different edge cases. No matter what happens within your business, and also is also open for customizations. I know there is a general template or approach or process that runs within the organization, but there are some organizations that have some very, very peculiar payroll processes that if they are willing to switch to an automated payroll process, it can also those processes can also be incorporated to into what they are doing as well. So those are some of the problems that and the fears of professionals, you know. And to be honest, I'd like to tell you know that let you know that the earlier you embrace new approaches to solving these problems, the more you'll be able to overcome some of these fears because technology is always going to evolve. You know, we're not going to go back to the days of the steam engine or days of using manual vehicles. Things are always going to be involved. So having an open mind is very, very important because an open mind can be able to embrace change, and an open mind can ask for help. You know, and that is, and I'm very, very happy that everyone who has joined this webinar came into this particular webinar with an open mind because they want to really learn things. And I really want to commend everyone who is here. It shows that you are going to get to greater heights as time goes on within your career and in your business. So also, this also comes with we're looking at the fears and also the reality in place. Losing control is not entirely so because with an automated platform, you get access to a dashboard and also you're able to see audit trail, and also you're able to have us also approval workflows. So within Excel sheet, there is nothing like approval workflow. There's only one person that is handling it. So if you have a team of let's say five employees within your HR department or finance department, it's very, very difficult to know who did what and who changed it and who changed that. But with an automated system, you're able to approve payroll disbursement as at when due, and you're able to have an audit trail of who has changed whatever they have changed, and you have a dashboard that will give you a holistic view of what is happening within the organization, you know, and also errors. So with automation comes reduced human error. Like I mentioned before, the more you handle, if any process has a manual component to it, it's very, very easy for things to go wrong because human being can get fatigued, can lose track of numbers, and the next thing that would occur is errors. And as humans, you can't really remove error from the equation when it has to do with handling very, very sensitive things like payroll within an organization. Also, complexity. So, good software, like I mentioned before, is built for um, good user experience, which means that it's also easy for you to be able to come on board, look out for edge cases within the organization that can be tailored to you, and also is also open for customization. However, you want to customize your approval workflow, be it flowing from line manager to the HR or to the business owner. However, you want to do that within the approval process, you can always set that up within the platform. So also, we're going to look at as well how to stay in control while automating your payroll process. So most of these I've mentioned it previously, but I will try to reiterate to put stress on it because one of the major problems that people face a lot is control. They always want to have visibility. It's very, very important because without visibility, you don't have control to be able to make decisions and know if things are going as expected. Also, with that, with this system, you're able to also approve workflows, like I've mentioned, perform seamless onboarding. Most of us currently handle onboarding with employees manually. Either you send them a PDF, they fill that information, and you probably save it on your local PC, and one thing can happen and that particular information can get lost. You don't have it stored somewhere. It's always important to be able to have this information stored in the cloud. It could be on Google Drive, but if you have automated process platform, you get to just send your employees invite and they fill the information there. That information comes on the platform. It becomes very, very seamless, and you're able to now set up their compensation, be it salary, handle their deduction, and everything gets computed automatically for you. Also, the platform also enables you to assign different roles to your team members. So, as a business owner, you can invite your HR manager, your accountant, and other people who are involved in the payroll process in the organization, and they have role-based access to do whatever they need to do on the platform on a need-to-know basis. And also, you can also track activity logs, what's happening in the platform and all. And also, you can also define custom policies and rules for bonuses and deduction and also taxes as well. And overall, everything comes down to being ready also for audit from time to time and compliance as well. So at this point, I believe I've been able to show you some of the issues plaguing handling payroll with spreadsheets, and also touched on ways you can also automate it. So I will go ahead to just give you a quick demo of how a platform works. Maybe if you really want a one-on-one demo, you can book that from our website. I also share a link to that will enable you to book a demo at the end of this webinar for you to actually come on a call and have a one-to-one demo with our team and see how it works in more detail. But I'll just quickly show this script because of our time for you to see how it works. Thank you. confirm you can still see my screen.
Okay. It just stopped now. So maybe reshare. Hi, Mish. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so that was a quick walkthrough demo of our platform. So what it basically does is enables you to automate your payroll process, from onboarding your employees, to computation of employee allowances and deduction. You're able to manage everything in one place, and also also able to seamlessly run payroll. So you could see that in the entire process, nothing like spreadsheet was involved, because with spreadsheet comes manual processes and also errors as well. So, and with this, we are able to automate different processes, that is payroll processes for many businesses. And one of the business we have also automated at payroll is Dayspring Academy, which had about 50 plus employees, and they were using spreadsheets in the past. And most of the time their own was even worse, that they had to always send their schedules to the bank, and if falls within the weekends, it becomes very difficult for employees to get paid. And most times people don't get their salaries due to downtime at the bank and all. So immediately they switched to Solario, it was very easy for them to be able to manage employee onboarding, computation of employee allowances. Employees get their pay slip as at when due after payroll is processed, and also they were able to run payroll 80% faster than they used to do before, and also they get employees get their salaries instantly as well. And also this cut down the amount of errors they are always getting in the past, where there are always error in computation due to fatigue of even the professionals handling payroll for them at that time. And also this boosted employee satisfaction as well, because there has been a drastic change and improvement, and we have gotten this feedback directly from employees, and they're very happy about it. So your business could also be in this position, and that's why I believe you join this webinar, to look out for better ways to automate your payroll process, and also be informed of other approaches and tools out there that can also help you um, in handling payroll processes. So choosing the right payroll tool is very important, because it plays a key role in enabling you to also be compliance with tax law, be able to generate statutory deductions as well, and also remit it to the necessary agencies in question, and also ensure that even with no matter the amount of employees you have, you're able to start from day one and start automating these processes, because the earlier you start, the better. And also how you can also know as well if you're actually choosing the right payroll tool is to look at, does it payroll tool integrate with other tools as well. And Salario does that very well. It integrates with your accounting software, whether you're using Zoho Books, or whether you're using Sage, or whether you're using QuickBooks, or even other accounting tools out there within the industry. You can always send payroll runs, even tax remittances to your accounting tool, just to document that social expense was made from the business, instead of you always moving the data back and forth, and always making sure that everything is reconciled. So this is a good step in the right direction if you're able to adopt a tool and choose the right tool that will enable you to automate your processes as well. Also, when you look at support, we ensure that all customers get the right support needed, because without supporting our customers, there is no way we can be able to create the impact we're trying to create within the industry. So we ensure that you are assigned to an account manager, and ensures that every issues you have or complaints that you raise within the platform, it's attended to. And also, when it has to do with the pricing model, it's very, very transparent. So we have our pricing is on our website. So you can just go there and check out our price. Just go to www.salariopay.com and you navigate to our pricing page, and you can see the pricing is transparent out there, letting you know what's available for you, you know. And also, at this point, I think I will also hand over to Victoria, and she can take questions. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box so that we can answer some of these questions right here. So if you have also learned something important from this particular session, I also like you to drop some of the things you have learned as well, so I can also share it to other people as well, for everyone to be informed, because growing together is very, very important, and sharing information is very, very important. At this point, Victoria. Hello, Victoria, can you hear me? Okay. Why she is probably on meeting. Let me see if there is any question in the chat. So if there is any question, please drop your questions in the chat.
Thank you for that great learning session, Mish. So guys, if you have any question, please drop your questions in the Q&A box, where you would be answering all your questions as needed. And don't forget that there are free resources for you to get a hang of payroll automation right after the event. So we'll be dropping the link also in the Q&A section. So if you have any questions at all as relating to payroll automation,
If you can hear
please
me,
send your message.
please just drop a thumbs up in the chat box. Can hear me? Just drop a thumbs up there. Okay, good.
Still
So if you have
expecting
any
your
question, please
questions.
drop the question in the chat box. I think the network is a bit unpleasant today. So also I want to also, okay, good. I can see people acknowledging that. So Victoria, can you hear me? I don't think she can hear me. All
Yes,
right.
I
So if you have any question, just drop it
can hear
in
you.
the chat. It's very, very important, and I'm also happy that everyone who joined here have actually learned one or two things within this session. As businesses who are of different sizes, we also look out for small businesses. So even if you have 5 employees, it's always good to look out for automating your processes from day one. Because without payroll automation, it can always grow to be very, very difficult in the future. So we also have a free plan as well for small businesses. So if your business is if you have employees between 1 to 15 employees, so we have something that can get you started. At least it would replace your current process. So instead of using Excel sheet to manage your employees, you can start with our free plan, and if everything works well, you can either upgrade when your employees scale up to maybe 16 to 20. But we are giving small business owners, HR managers, and also finance payroll analysts and accountants that option to be able to actually automate their process from day one. So, yeah.
Okay. Mish, can you hear me? Mish, can you hear me?
So someone have a question here. They're asking, unlike workplace software where we upload spreadsheet to arrive at the net pay and generate pay slip, are you seeing Asaro can help with that from computing the payroll, running payroll, disbursing salaries, and sending space automatically to staff? Yes, that's correct. So with our platform, you don't need to upload spreadsheet at the end of every month. You do not need to upload spreadsheet. You won't even remember your spreadsheet anymore. All the computation happens within the platform. You just, for you to onboard your employees, you just send them an invite link um, through their email. Once you add their email, they will get an invite link. They would complete all the necessary documentation and submit that information to you as a HR manager. You just need to go there, review them, and approve. Once you approve it, you set their gross salary. Everything get computed. It could be gross, annual gross or monthly gross. Their entire net pay is computed. And also, when you want to run payroll, you simply create a payroll schedule. And once you run the payroll schedule, at the end of the payroll run, pay slips will be automatically generated for employees. So our platform also have a very, very mobile friendly employee self-service, both on mobile and also on the web. Employees can log in there and also access their pay slip as well. So it also comes with leave management as well, where you can also manage, employee can initiate leave requests from their mobile app, you know. So we made it very, very friendly because we know that we're in the mobile, with the age of mobile. So people are always on the move, and people spend more time on their mobile app, so on their mobile device rather. And Salary Pay is optimized for mobile, both on the web and on the as an app, and we have our app on the Play Store and Apple Store. So yeah, yes to your question, I believe I'll be able to answer that. So if anyone have any more questions, please drop it on the chat, ask your questions. Victoria, are you back?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
So I think I will quickly go ahead and probably drop a link. So anyone who wants to give our platform a try can click on this link. Also, if you want to book a demo, let's say you have employee size beyond 15 employees and you're looking at automating your payroll process, you can also book a demo, a personalized demo. We get on a call with you and also um, look at some of the challenges you're having, look at your processes, and also um, uh, walk you through how our platform can be able to solve your problem as well. So the first link I dropped is a link for those who want to who have less than 15 employees and want to onboard on our platform and try it out for free. So, but if you need to book a demo or you want to see how it works, use the second link to request a demo. Instead of you registering and not knowing what to expect, just book a demo. Our team will get on a call and assess your needs and attend to it. So those are two links I've dropped there. So I think the other resource I shared that was shown within the webinar session will be sent to everyone's email after this webinar. So everyone will receive an email from us appreciating your taking out your time to join this webinar. I know many of us are champions in our organization. We are looking at getting things to be better than it used to be, you know, and it's very, very important that we participate in such session. I really appreciate everyone for joining. So I think without further ado, I think I can't get Victoria, but I've shared the links Yeah, I think if there is no other question, maybe we can call it a day. Victoria, are you back?
I can hear you. I hope any other
I
person
think you're
can
trying
hear
to
me.
talk, but I can't hear you. You're trying to say something, but I can't hear you. Um, okay.
Can you hear me now?
All right. So once again, I thank everyone for joining this webinar. Is indeed been a wonderful one. Really happy for the number of people who has joined. It shows that we have the enthusiasm and we are really, really interested in solving and automating our payroll processes within the organization. So we'll stay in touch. We'll send out emails to everyone who has joined here, sharing the free resources and other links to book a demo. So we organize this webinar from time to time. So always look out for emails from us, and we also share free insight and free resources to help HR professionals, business owners, and payroll analysts in your job. Because if you succeed in your job, in your job, it's going to impact your career. Improving your career also relates to how you improve your skill and also adopt new technology. So it's very, very important. So at this juncture, I would like to appreciate everyone and say, enjoy your weekend and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. I hope, Miss, you can hear me. Have been speaking all along. Can anyone hear me?